The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel Season 5 is an American period comedy drama television series that was created by Amy Sherman Palladino and premiered on Amazon Prime Video on March 17, 2017. It takes place mainly in the late 1950s and early 1960s, with flash forwards to later decades in the final season, and stars Rachel Brosnahan as Miriam Midge Maisel, a New York housewife who discovers that she has a talent for stand-up comedy and pursues a career in the field. In this season, she now begins working as a writer on The Gordon Ford Show, a late-night TV talk show, where she hopes to get a guest spot on the show by performing her stand-up routine. The show also stars Alex Bornstein as Susie Maisel, Midge's manager, who tirelessly works to get her star over. Michael Zegan as Joel Maisel, Midge's ex-husband and the father of her two children, and the two still maintain a good relationship. Marion Hinkle as Rose Wiseman, Midge's fashionable and society-conscious mother, who also becomes a matchmaker. Tony Shalhoub as Abraham Abe Wiseman, Midge's fastidious and erudite father, who now works as a theatre critic for The Village Voice. Kevin Pollak as Moish Maisel, Joel's supportive father and the owner of Maisel & Roth Garment Company. Caroline Erin as Shirley Maisel, Joel's somewhat overbearing but loving mother. Luke Kirby as Lenny Bruce, a well-known New York comedian and Midge's close friend and ally. Reed Scott as Gordon Ford, a popular late-night TV talk show host who later hires Midge as a staff writer for The Gordon Ford Show, but yet refuses to give her a shot to be a guest star on his show. Alfie Fuller as Dina Rutledge, Susie's secretary, and she later is the main manager of Susie's talent agency. And Jason Rolfe as Mike Carr, a talent booker and later producer of The Gordon Ford Show. Just a fun fact, Jason Rolfe is Rachel Brosnahan's real-life husband. The fifth and final season premiered on April 14th on 2023 and concluded on May 26th, 2023. The series has also received critical acclaim. It won a Golden Globe Award for Best Television Series, Musical or Comedy in 2017 and a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Comedy Series in 2018. Brosnahan also won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series in 2018 and 2 consecutive Golden Globe Awards for Best Actress in a Television Series, Musical or Comedy in 2018 and 19. Some fun facts. Despite playing Jewish characters, only half the main cast are actually Jewish. Alex Bornstein, Michael Zegan, Kevin Pollak, and Caroline Erin are all Jewish, while Rachel Brosnahan and Luke Kirby are primarily of Irish descent, and Tony Shalhoub is Lebanese, and Marion Hinkle is of Italian, Norwegian, and German descent. The show's creator, Amy Sherman Palladino, was inspired by her childhood memories of her father, a stand-up comedian based in New York City. Midge occasionally comments that the jokes will land better if someone is speaking faster. This is perhaps a nod to Amy Sherman Palladino's use of the fast-paced dialogue that is very well known in the series. After the series finale, Alex Bornstein was asked during an interview if she wished her character Susie had found another love of her life like Hedy. Bornstein immediately said she did. It was Midge. Susie was deeply in love with her, but knew nothing could ever come of it. She had to keep the relationship platonic and professional. The most they could ever be is friends. So Susie kept her true feelings hidden from Midge, and instead dedicated her life to ensuring Midge was successful and happy. In the final episode of the final season, while pursuing Mike, Susie stands up in front of a window frame and screams his name. Then Mike is shown in a close-up. This is reminiscent of the final scene in the church of The Graduate, 1967, where Benjamin screams Elaine's name, and the subsequent close-up. Viewers learn Midge graduated from college in 1953. Assuming she was 22, in the very first episode she embarks on her comedy career in 1958 at about the age of 27, and in the final scene of the series, it is set in 2005, and she is now 74. The character of Midge Maisel is loosely based on the great comedian Joan Rivers. The show gives fictitious storylines to a few real-life influential comedians. The Gordon Ford Show is based on NBC's The Tonight Show, which starred Johnny Carson. Carson had the lead late-night spot for 30 years, from 1962 to 1992. The biggest hint suggesting Ford is based on Carson is his rivalry with the real-life Jack Paar. Another character which is clearly parallel to a real-life person is Susie Maisel, who bears a powerful resemblance to legendary Hollywood talent agent Sue Mengers. Now, what more can I say about Season 5 and this fitting finale to one of the best shows in years? One of the standout aspects of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel has always been its sharp and witty writing. Amy Sherman Palladino, known for her work on the Gilmore Girls, brings her trademark fast-paced dialogue and clever banter to the series. The writing is full of humour, and the jokes are delivered with impeccable timing by this talented cast. The show successfully captures the essence of the stand-up comedy scene of that era, while also addressing social issues and the challenges faced by women in a male-dominated industry. Throughout the 5-series run, Mrs. Maisel has been known for its exceptional and phenomenal acting, and Rachel Brosnahan once again shines in the lead role, bringing the perfect blend of charm, vulnerability, and comedic timing to Midge Maisel that she's done throughout the show. She effortlessly carries the show and has won multiple awards for her performances, which are all well-deserved. The supporting cast here are absolutely magnificent, and the banter between all of them is just absolutely splendid to watch. From Tony Shalhoub as Midge's father, Alex Borstein, of course, as Susie Maisel, Michael Zagan as Joel Maisel, Marion Hinkle as Rose Wiseman, Midge's mother, and of course Joel's parents. Every one of them are absolutely perfect. Even the lesser characters and the new additions just add to the show in every way. I mean, I really enjoyed here Reed Scott as Gordon Ford. He just brought a charm and sophistication to his portrayal as the late-night TV host. Visually, the series has always been a treat. The production design, the costumes, and the cinematography are absolutely beautiful and capture the glamour and nostalgia of the 1950s and the 60s. The vibrant colors and meticulous attention to detail create a visually and rich, immersive experience that I just always thoroughly enjoyed. This is a show that has always excelled in its ability to balance comedy and drama. While it's primarily a comedy series, it delves into deeper themes such as identity, self-discovery, and the pursuit of one's passion. The character development is well crafted, and the show explores the personal growth of its characters in a meaningful way. And I found Season 5 to be a perfect conclusion to this most magnificent series. In so many ways, I'd love for them to do another series, and another few in fact, because I love the show that much. But in the same breath though, you should always leave the audience wanting more, and they really have done that with the end of Mrs. Maisel in Season 5 here. This is a delightful and captivating series that combines strong writing, stellar performances, and stunning visuals. It offers a unique and entertaining glimpse into the world of comedy and the challenges faced by women during a transformative period in history. It's a stunning show from start to finish, and I'll always look back on it with great fondness. All good comedy shows must eventually have their final punchline, and The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel really nails it down in this 5th season. At first it was a bit jarring for me to get used to the flash forwards to see Mrs. Maisel now as an old woman, but in the same breath though it works so well, and the final scene of the series is a beautiful, touching tribute to these two lead characters played brilliantly here by Alex Borstein and Rachel Brosnahan. Their chemistry is off the wall, and it was a beautiful, poignant ending to a magnificent, fantastic show in every aspect. This is one of those shows that you will truly feel fond of, and I am sad to say goodbye to it, but in the same breath though, I'm so glad it was made. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Season 5, gets a 10 out of 10.